She acts like nothing's going on, but there's something in the way she looks at you, something she's not saying. What if I told you the signs are right in front of you, if you know what to watch for? In this video, we're diving into 4 subtle but powerful signs that a woman is craving you, but hiding it. Don't miss this, because once you understand these signs, you'll never see her the same way again. Hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. Sign 1. The power of proximity. One of the most telling yet understated signs that a woman is deeply drawn to a man, but trying to hide it, is her consistent presence. She will find excuses, often minor or seemingly coincidental, to be near you. Whether it's asking for help with something small, joining a group she knows you'll be part of, or bumping into you, more often than seems accidental, these are deliberate choices. In a traditional context, women who were raised to be modest or reserved don't often chase or vocalize desire outright. Instead, they express interest through availability and subtle closeness. This could be as simple as choosing the seat next to yours, offering to help with something she normally wouldn't, or appearing where you usually hang out. It's important for a man to be observant, not presumptuous. This sign isn't about entitlement. It's about recognizing warmth and invitation in ways that are often overshadowed in a noisy modern world of loud flirtation. A woman who values discretion will not make grand gestures. She will appear quietly, reliably, and respectfully. To test this sign, gently withdraw for a bit. If she follows your presence again, even subtly, take note, but always remember, don't confront her about it or tease her rudely. Respond with quiet strength and appreciation. Women who hide desire often fear rejection more deeply, and it's your calm attentiveness that gives her permission to slowly open up. In a time when the value of quiet courtship is fading, this lesson calls back to the old ways, when love began not with bold declarations, but with glances across rooms and conversations filled with mutual care. A woman craving you will show up, again and again. Learn to notice without rushing the moment. Sign 2. The eyes don't lie. In traditional relationships and courtship, much was communicated through the eyes long before words were ever exchanged. This ancient, subtle language of attraction remains true today. One of the strongest signs that a woman is craving you but trying to hide it is found in her eyes, and how she uses them around you. Watch for the lingering glance. She may look away quickly the moment your eyes meet, pretending she wasn't staring, but the truth is, she was. Women who are emotionally reserved or culturally taught to be modest will often rely on eye contact to express what they can't comfortably say aloud. She might watch you from across a room when she thinks you're not paying attention. If your gaze suddenly meets hers, she might blush, fidget, or look away fast. But that moment of connection is telling. On the flip side, some women will avoid looking at you altogether, especially if they're trying to suppress feelings. This doesn't mean disinterest. It often means the opposite. Avoiding your eyes can be a sign that she's overwhelmed by the intensity of her feelings. The eyes, after all, are windows to the soul, and if she's hiding something in her heart, she might be guarding that gaze more than usual. In traditional feminine energy, subtlety is strength. The eyes are a safe space to show emotion without saying a word. It's up to you as a man to interpret those messages with respect and discernment. Don't assume, observe. Don't press her, let her reveal herself in her own time. One final tip, notice how her eye behavior differs around others versus you. If she's more focused, more intense, or more bashful only in your presence, that contrast tells a story. Her eyes may be soft shields, but they're also beacons. Pay attention. Sign 3. She remembers the details. In a world full of distractions and surface-level conversations, attention to detail is an underrated but powerful sign of desire, especially when that desire is hidden. When a woman is craving you but doesn't want to make it obvious, she'll often express her interest not through grand gestures, but through subtle acts of memory and care. She may remember your favorite snack, a story you told weeks ago, or the name of a childhood pet you only mentioned once. To the casual observer, this may seem like simple friendliness or good manners. But in truth, remembering the little things requires one crucial ingredient: emotional investment. Traditionally, women have been taught to express affection through nurture and quiet attentiveness. Rather than being outspoken or aggressive and showing interest, many women demonstrate care through remembering. Because to them, it's a sign of value. When a woman remembers, it means she was truly listening, and not just hearing your words but feeling them. Ask yourself, does she bring up things you've said before? Has she ever surprised you by referencing a moment you thought was insignificant? These are indicators that you matter to her on a deeper level than she's letting on. Also, be mindful of how she applies these memories. For example, if you once mentioned you were stressed about a deadline and she later checks in to see how it went, that's not just being polite. That's interest cloaked in concern. This form of attention is how desire often appears when wrapped in humility. A woman craving you may not flirt openly, but she'll show she values you by the way she holds onto your words, even in your absence. As a man, you must learn to receive these quiet signs with honor. Don't ignore them or take them lightly. And certainly don't test or manipulate them. Instead, respond with appreciation and consistency. That's how trust, and possibly something more, begins to grow. Sign 4. Shifted energy. One of the most revealing signs a woman is craving you, but trying to hide it, is the subtle shift in her behavior when you're around. It's rarely what she says directly, but how her tone, energy, and mannerisms change in your presence. This shift can show up in different ways. Some women become more lively, playful, teasing, full of charm and wit. Others go quiet, suddenly reserved, more composed, maybe even shy. Either way, what matters is the contrast, how she acts around you versus how she is with others. In traditional courtship, women often weren't encouraged to be bold or expressive with their emotions. Instead, attraction was displayed through body language, tonal changes, and an intentional softening of demeanor. If she's naturally confident, but becomes a little more reserved when speaking with you, it may be because she doesn't want her feelings to show too easily. On the other hand, if she lights up more around you than anyone else, that brightness might be her heart speaking before her words catch up. Also, watch for fidgeting, fixing her hair, adjusting her clothes, or suddenly looking away mid-sentence. These aren't signs of nervousness in a negative sense. They often indicate self-awareness, a desire to be seen at her best, and a struggle between holding back and letting go. Another clue? Her friends. If they act differently when you're near, smiling, teasing her, or watching her reaction when you enter, it's often because they know how she feels, but also know she's trying to keep it quiet. Women confide in each other. If she's hiding her desire, they're likely in on it. The important lesson here is patience and perception. A man who understands the old ways of courtship knows that a woman's energy speaks volumes. Instead of demanding clarity, he watches, listens, and leads with calm strength. When she feels safe, her guard will lower. Until then, her behavior is her message. Learn to notice the shift, not just in what she says, but in who she becomes when you're near. That's where truth hides in plain sight. Finally, if you've seen any of these signs in someone you know, don't ignore them. Attraction isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, respectful, and hidden in plain sight. The real question is, are you paying attention? If this opened your eyes, give it a thumbs up and comment below with the sign that surprised you most. Don't forget to subscribe for more real, timeless insights. And until next time, stay observant, stay grounded, and lead with strength.